Pixelkin.
Hey Courtney, you ready to get your butt kicked?
I'm afraid that would be impossible, Simone. I am the superior gamer.
Just because you've been playing Mario Kart since you were a fetus does not mean you are a better racer than me.
Maybe I'm just meant to beat you at racing games.
When Skylanders SuperChargers comes out, I will show you once and for all who is the better driver.
I heard that game is exactly like Mario Kart. Probably just gonna beat you again.
I will challenge you right now! Ready?
It's on.
Go! We're back at it again with Toys to Life. This week we're talking about Skylanders SuperChargers, which is A, the next game in the Skylanders series, and B, a game that introduces racing and online multiplayer to the Skylanders series for the very first time.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about sort of the main way that you play Skylanders?
Okay, so usually in Skylanders, you can play a single-player adventure mode and have two-player co-op, and you'll both share the same screen and not be able to go too far from each other. In Skylanders SuperChargers, Activision says that about 50% of the adventure mode will be driving. You'll be sharing a vehicle, and one person will be driving and the other person will be manning the weapons. Then there is a racing mode for Skylanders SuperChargers, and that is where we get the split screen co-op. And then there's the online multiplayer, and with the online multiplayer, you can have up to 4 players. You won't be sharing a screen anymore. Is that what it's like in Mario Kart when you race online?
Yeah, so you can have people with you at your home console and people like grouped on a separate home console, so you don't need to be one player per console.
Now that we've segued into Mario Kart, I think it's time to bring up the elephant in the room, which is that Skylanders Racing looks a lot like Mario Kart Racing, and in fact, in this, the first racing game in the Skylanders series, we are seeing Donkey Kong and Bowser amiibo. It feels like they almost got Nintendo's blessing by having the Bowser and the Donkey Kong amiibo.
It's really hard to make a racing game that isn't heavily influenced by Mario Kart. It's such a racing game behemoth.
Especially with a kid's game, I think.
Yeah. And so it really makes a lot of sense, I think, for both parties to want to work together on this because Skylanders brings so much money to Nintendo. If the Skylanders people decided they wanted to do a racing game that was a lot like Mario Kart, it's really in Nintendo's best interest to help them out.
Here's my concern, my big concern with Skylanders as a series, not just SuperChargers, is that it seems to be almost in an arms race with itself. We have this base game that costs $74.99. And this comes with one vehicle, and that's Hot Streak, and it is a land vehicle. The entire adventure mode of the story will be playable with just that one figure. However, the starter pack for Skylanders SuperChargers is going to come with a host of races for the racing mode. A few sea races, a few sky races, a few land races. It seems like to access all of the content that you're getting in the starter pack, you're gonna need more vehicles, and that concerns me. And it also brings up the question of, how are they going to maintain the momentum and the excitement of the Skylanders series, but keep it within a totally not crazy price range?
Well, the part that of the Skylanders toy that makes it a smart toy is just this little teeny tiny paper thin NFC chip, and those are really cheap. And you can put them on anything you want. Nintendo's about to start doing the trading card amiibos. We could have wearable smart toys. We could have smart toy stickers that you just slap on each other's face. If it's bigger than this, it can be a smart toy. Anything.
Skylanders could branch out into literally anything. That's good news, Courtney.
Yes.
Love that. So what about you guys? Are you excited for Skylanders SuperChargers? How much money would you spend on vehicles? Let us know in the comments below. There is no special prize for spending the most money on Skylanders, only eternal dignity. Thank you for watching this episode of The Issue, and we'll see you next week.